it's yeah, so you have to look at everything. I mean, look, I counter trend ports on Monday on the S&P. The only reason that I took it, I was like, is because I got the sell signal on Optima on the screen. I was like, okay, I'll take a shot at this one. And the next day it paid. I was like, there's no, I mean, if people want to hedge, want to do this, I mean, want to put hedges on VIX, but you just like predicting that something is going to happen, right? It's just all your prediction. But when you look at the actual screen, is the screen actually telling you that that things are about to roll over? I mean, I'm sure anything can happen. Well, nobody knows. I mean, who knows? We can drop 1,000 points on Monday at the open. Just we just don't know. It's just like thinking for another 1 month, and I just want to buy puts, and I'm gonna follow every person on Twitter who thinking saying that the top is in and this and that. I mean, it's just all noise. So just like I've been checking few things. I have I've done some crazy scripting this week. Just look at the how many stocks in the S&P 500. I'll run a full scan for you. How many stocks are right now they're trading above 50 and 200 EMA? 235 stocks out of 500. So the market is kind of mixed right now. It's half. Okay. I mean, if you take 500 minus 235, okay, so the rest of the stocks, okay, they're trading below the 50 and 200 EMA. So you have just put Elliott and Gann and swings and everything else on a side just to look at the broader picture. Okay, we're in a bull market. We know all the sectors are up and this, the everything is going crazy. But when you look at everything, like these stocks are actually trading above based on the moving averages and stuff. It's just kind of like it's half half, you know? Now, how many stocks are trading below the 200 EMA? 50 and 162 stocks. So all of these stocks, okay, we can just put up a watch list here that are trading below 50 and 200 EMA. You just put a name here. Here. Airbnb, Accenture, Adobe, you can just, these are all the companies. So we can open up a chart, throw a 50, put a 200. There you go. So every single, this is what you can do in Optima that you're not gonna be able to do in any other software. So it just like now if you're gonna see every stock one by one, because it filters it, is trading below the 50 and 200 EMA. Every one of them. The whole list here. So you have to look at this way like, okay, well, what are the big names here? Big names meaning that you have to take the stock. Remember the SPDR website that it has those top 10 weighted companies to the sector. So how many of them are in there? Just to look at the big names. So Accenture is one of them. It is a S&P 100 stock. Amgen. I'm watching this one. It's just like I don't know why the stock is taking so much beating. You know, this is a Dow 30 stock as well. AMT, retrade alt. See, these are all bearish charts. Okay, just mean, the swing can turn up and it just goes right back because they have so much room to 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 gain ground now. And when as soon as they're gonna recover, they're gonna come and hit the wall as well. You don't instantly break these moving average because when you spend so much time to the downside, weeks and months after, all these stocks are down. Chipotle is a disaster. You know, is Costco. I mean, when then you start looking at like, okay, well, is this some sort of a triangle? These are we could just draw these perfect lines. I don't know where you want to put it. You want to put it here? Are you gonna now you're gonna well we have another low now that yesterday we don't even know that low is gonna hold. We're gonna put it here, which way how are you gonna draw? If you think if it's gonna turn into a triangle, that's what you think, right? By just drawing two lines. But that's just not when you simply look at a chart. Is it a bullish chart? No, it's not. None of these companies here, they're all down. And how many of them? 162. So now when we go to the other screen that we see like, okay, how many stocks they're actually trading above the 50 and these ones. Here you got Apple. Put a 50 here and throw the 200 here. There you go. Look at the price. With Apple trading above these two moving average. Here's your crossover right here. That's based on a 50 period, just to let you know. This is what we watch on a daily chart. 50 and then you have a 200, which is a 200-day period. There's Abry here. Like there's all these stocks are all trading above 50 and 200. So it's so we're because these stocks are already in the uptrend, right? So now if we're gonna throw the swing here, you see, make it higher highs and higher lows. See the same that we just talked about. There's a low, found as a 5 waves here, put one here or A here, really doesn't matter. Here comes your B wave, call it as a 2. And then you're looking for this high to break. Did you see it turned green? It pulls back, stayed above this low, managed to find support here, then break above this high. There you go. Then there comes a pullback, stayed above this low. Here goes another breakout. Pull back again, but that is fine. As long as where the swing ends, the the next low must stay above the previous swing low. This is the same thing we're talking about. So it's just, I mean, like all these stocks, they're like, which this carnival right there, you see, now it's coming back. It just pulls back. It's a little choppy decline here. Look, it's just testing this 50 now. 50 is gonna fight as well. It's not gonna instantly gonna give you. Now, if you simply look at this price, now look at the run from the low and look at this price and look at this price. Looks the same, right? Pretty much looks the same. So like I don't know how you want to do it. Just I don't know these lines, man. These lines are always we want to connect these two. something like this. I mean, these are pullbacks that are just coming, the prices are coming back and trying to retest the 50 period. 200 is all the way down here. So I mean, everybody wants correction and trust me, those are going to be a painful, they're not easy to trade. So back to the wave count here. I mean, I'm trying to make a case to see if we can hold this zone to see if we can get one more push back here to this fib area, and then we'll see how, you know, we'll see from here what happens. So we're sitting at, I don't know, less than 1.83% off all-time high. The all-time high is almost what, 6,700. So it's just a matter of going up to 67. These are the upside projections, the extensions. So it's just what I'm watching is to see if we can hold this. So that's why I bought calls on Thursday. And we came back down. I kind of saw like, okay, we're retesting this 38 and 50 area. I was like, okay, fine. If we roll over, then I would put this third here and starting to open this one. But when you look at the overall picture, like it just, those I need big names to show me weakness in order for me to make a case here as well. So that's why I just am doing the same thing here as well. Got a one, two, three, smaller one, two, three, four. So I'm just watching the same fourth, smaller degree fourth wave to see if we can hold the zone, and then from there we can get, push back to the upside. So that's the identical charts side by side. So there's a third wave here, and it's the same third wave here, sitting here. So the debate is about this. So when it's gonna come and how long it's gonna last and this, well, we don't know that yet, but once we would see some sort of this channel kind of breakout, couple closes here, and pop on VIX, we see broader weakness across names, yeah, then we're gonna see like, okay, we can expect a correction in the Q4. I personally think, I mean, I could be wrong, we're gonna end the year somewhere around here in the fourth wave, somewhere around here, because the volatility is so low. Implied volatility is just, I mean, it's just a matter of like one, they're gonna pump it up, and then it could stay on for a week or two, whatever the case is, then it just has to come off. So what can cause that? I mean, I don't know, and looks like the Trump administration is watching the market pretty closely. They're just trying to make sure the market won't drop, you know? So, I mean, there, we can, as many, we'll see how we, and how we end the quarter. I mean, if you look at this, that since April low of 2022, this is based on each quarter. We're up 11 quarters in a row. So we have 4 quarters, 4 bars makes one full year. Okay. So now if you look at the percentage drop. So we have 27% here, and then we have one giant drop here of 22. So this is, you see, these are bull patterns anyways. That's why we had this quarter up. You see this one right there, the green shaded area. Next bar was a higher bar. Same thing happened here. It's a higher bar. It could last another one or two more quarters. Because you have to understand and look at this way that every dip in the market, it gets bought. There's no continuation. Even the fact that people are trying to hedge, who knows what kind of a hedging they're doing. Smaller retailer are the ones who making the most noise, are the ones calling a top every single day. But they're like, we can dip like 40 points, 45 points, give or take, but it's just next day we're up like 10. The following day we're up another 25, 30 points. Now we're right back where we were. It just, these just like, there's no continuation. Like days after days, you see like, the market's selling off. A tech kind of cools off, Dow is going to start rallying up. Then mega growth, some of these stocks will start to take a break. Small caps going to start to pop. It's just like everything is kind of like, it's just not the broader weakness that that's what, we expect to see. Like, okay, we need tech to sell off. It's going to pressure S&P. S&P then value rolls over along with a gold and a Bitcoin. And, that like everything pretty much drags across the board. I mean, I don't know. I look at a lot of things every single day, but just it's a tough call to make, and just to think like, yeah, the price will correct lower some point at somewhere. We know that no such thing is gonna go up forever. 21 weeks, 24 weeks, 16 weeks on this swing on the IWM, and Dow is 24, and this is 24. So they're all matching. We on a weekly on on the time, except for this one, because this one was lagging behind. Was quite a way before, it was way down like almost 10% off when S&P and NDX was already making new highs. Now it's trying to catch up. So now if you I don't even know what kind of a candle is that, how we ended the week. It's not doji. It would be a it would be a doji, it would be a highlighted green. Sorry, yellow. So Dow ended the week with the doji, the one of these one here, and this one, all the yellow ones. Um, the other ones are whatever you wanna. Well, okay. Oh, it is a doji. I didn't had it. So we ended the week with the doji. Okay. Thought I had it. Then so we had a doji week. Okay. So now we're gonna go back. Now we're gonna look at weekly range. Okay. 3 weeks up, doji. 3 weeks up, doji. See how fractal is the market is? That's why I got those ports on Monday. I was like, we should get a bit of a shakeout because I was watching this. Well, I didn't know that we're gonna end the week with a doji because you don't know until yesterday close anyways. But I bought puts on Mondays because I was watching this. So like, okay, we're side by side. So we'll see if we can get a little bit of a setback. We did. I wasn't planning to hold for long anyway. It's like we just, I mean, all it's gonna take a very long time for market to kind of do for these swings to turn direction. I was like, just cash it out and move on. We'll find another trade. If I gotta go back in again, I'll set up something lower. So it just, I mean, it worked. And then Thursday I bought calls. That's crazy playing both sides in the same week. I mean, we're traders, I'll if I see a screen, I mean, I watch if I think this is the right way to place a bet. I don't mind. Yeah, there's no risk scares me. I don't take crazy risks, so it's just a trade. Worst case, I'm wrong. I mean, okay, fine, not the end of the world. We'll find another one. So Doji. This is not a doji. It's a little bit of a meat on the bone. Yeah, a little bit same like oh, kind of choppy week to be honest. Look at the size, like the overall. There's huge wick on the up and down. But last time we had a doji here, which was on August 29th or the end of the month. Then September, the one was ended on September 5th, was outside reversal week. So we got a bit of a action here on volatility side. This doji right there ended up being going higher, so dojis are, they're like based on the Japanese and like and kind of indecision bars or candle, do you call it? And again, the inside bars are the ones they call it as a neutral bars. So everybody knows about dojis. Mag 7, I mean, this is what I watch every single day. Look at Amazon. I mean, what is that? I don't have year to date here. Oh, here. 0.18% year to date right now. And we're going in the last quarter. Google 30, Meta 27, Microsoft 21, Netflix 35, Nvidia 32. Apple barely made it positive for the year, 2%. Tesla 9. It's a rotation here. Apple is a leader right there. That's all you need. Remember, we been watching that where Apple was on the rotation versus the rest of the Mag 7 stocks. And then you took Nvidia and Microsoft. Remember how Microsoft and Nvidia are kind of like always trailing together, which is right here, you know? And look where Apple is now. Just remember I said the same thing before. They're holding Apple, they're letting them Nvidia and Microsoft run. When they will go sideways or take a bit of a break is when Apple catches a bit. When Apple moves, everything is good. The market is not going to roll over. If Apple is going to fight, Apple makes a 5, 6 point move in a one single session. It will lift the entire market up. It's such a huge stock because it has an NDX and a Qs and a Dow 30 stock. I mean, Apple is Apple. We all know that. But you have to kind of see like how some stocks makes an early move while other ones takes a pause. Then those ones kind of starting to correct it lower or kind of starting to go sideways, and then the one who's been waiting for and then is the one who's going to take off. It's just pretty interesting market, to be honest. Amazon swing is down, Google swing is down now, Meta swing is down, Microsoft swing is down, Netflix swing is down, Nvidia is as well, fighting as well. Apple and Tesla is the only two ones that are has the positive swing. So if you wanna go to this one, you can look it up here. There's Tesla right here. Tesla actually put this one right there. No, it was this one, this one. This was a bearish engulfing candle. So there was a bearish pattern was starting to merge here, but the next bar is supposed to be end up lower, but ended up going higher above this 440. So Tesla from the last 5 days are just in this 10, 15 point range every day. So this entire week, Tesla is just literally just back and forth. It's not something like it's moving. It's not like this. Like look at the price here this week. Tesla just literally starting to go sideways. Yeah, it's trading above 50 and 200. Okay. RSI is at 66 right now. Swing is up. I mean, just it's a matter of if this consolidation willing to make a push back to the upside. So we have Nvidia here. Oh, Nvidia triggered a gold signal yesterday. This aqua arrow right here is the gold signal. So this one ended the day yesterday with a doji, and the swing is down because of these three bars to the downside, 1, 2, 3. So that turns the swing down. But now, if you look at Nvidia, it has a triple top right here. So this green line right there is a pivot. So I have 10 bar pivot and a 20 bar pivot. I use both of them on a daily time frame. And that's the lower pivot area right here. Most of the time is going to be where the swing low is anyway. That's where the pivot forms. So just like if you look at a price action here, Nvidia it just is sideways. Look at the run that Nvidia had, right? And look what it is doing right now. So this is what I am looking. How do we make a case for this? Right? I much rather make a case for this one over this. This is why I'm keeping the wave count like this. So I always have to, because you have to look at the big names first. You know, so you just it's a sideways chart. It's a sideways price action. Now, if you go to the Apple, see here, Apple broke above this pivot right there, 241. Now it's making that room to the upside. I mean, you and I, the the key is when you're gonna break the pivot, you're gonna make room to the upside for several days. Yeah, when you're gonna break a lower pivot right there, yeah, you're in trouble. You know? So these little squares, kind of whatever the lines that are here are just it gives you because your 10 bars are to the right, 10 bars to the left, and that's how you can ask GPT will tell you exactly how the 10 bar and 20 bar pivot works. Explain all this. If you have, what we did? Tesla this. Now we look at Amazon. See, Amazon is taking a beating. It's got hit hard with these sell signals as well. And now this stock is between a 50 and a 200 EMA. Okay. So technically now it is a sandwich trade. I always call a sandwich trade when the price gets trapped between these two. So now it's gonna start bouncing up and down between this range. Is to see where it will find the potential support, and then from there to see if the swing will turn up or not. The swing from here, you see the green line, this was the low right there, made a higher high. You see the roll lower. See this 220.50. See now the line turns red. Now this line right there, it will remain red until it goes right back up here. So I know some of you don't have enough patience because you think that cheaper price is here that I'll just willing to buy it. This you have to if you want to just play just a small counter trend trade, okay, fine. Or now you say like, well, I just want to throw some money and I want to buy a long dated leaps and this and that. I mean, well, you gotta hold your horses a little bit just to wait it out a little bit. You know, there's one thing that I've learned really well is when the price is below 50 and 200 EMA with the downswing, you know, it's very difficult to fight the upside because you have to understand this. I I look at this, but the main chart is here. Here's Amazon. I'm watching. It has a sell signal here since 9/11. Okay, which had a stop right there at the high of this bar, which was on the 10th previous day bar, right? Same thing we just looked at. We had a price below 50. We haven't tested 200 yet. Sentiment right there turning negative, turning the background right there turning red. Okay. Now, if I look at a chart, okay, now we go back here all the way down to April low. The chart from the high right there, this one got barely made two more highs. It looks kind of that is starting to go sideways, right? This is why it's getting trapped here between this. This is going to become a sandwich. It's going to become a sandwich trade now because it already broke the pivot. This low was very important for this thing to hold. So now we got two daily closes, actually got three daily closes above this low right there because that was your pivot line. So this 221 area. So we'll see what happens. Again, I just want you to, I want everyone to understand one thing. I don't buy a stock if it does not have a buy signal. period. If you want to say like, well, I want to grab something here, I want to play like 2, 3 point, that's a different approach. That's a different setup. If you want to do that, fine. If you say like, okay, well, I want to buy this fib support and I want to play this bounce, you can do that. But for me to structure a trade out for 30 days, out to a 60 days, depends on the moving averages. You know the rule that I have, right? If the stock is below 50 and 200, we'll go in 60 days. If the stock is above 50 and 200, we'll go in our 30 days. That's the rule. That's just always been my style of trading. I know when prices are kind of starting to break below that, it takes time for recovery. You don't, I mean, unless some news breaks out, comes out or something, or if they got some sort of a massive upgrade or some, anything can happen. If the stock can get a huge pop back to the upside that it could regain 50 and 200 pretty quick, that's a different scenario. But what are your odds? Very low, you know? So it's difficult to, and it doesn't mean that I have to trade Amazon or I must trade Amazon. I mean, I like this stock. Everybody loves it. Stock is sitting flat year to date, 0.18%, down 4% for the month, 0.18 for the quarter. You know, so below 550 now, it's 200 is still green. I mean, DTR ATR move is only 4.83%. It's only roughly like 5 point move. So from 220, you open for 225 calls. That's your upside that you're betting on. So if your 224, your 50 is a 225 EMA. So from the current price, if you want to buy a call out of the money, you consider 225 calls. You're gonna face this resistance right there, the wall right there. So it's a little choppy. So I'm not. I mean, if something changes or whatever, fine. We can get back in. But other than that, no. Nvidia is turning around. We got a little. This got a sell right there. This is the mean reversion because it has a downswing. I mean, it ended the day yesterday with a doji, but look at the price. Look at this run. I know probably the screen kind of flashing in your eyes right now. I have to move the mouse over. And then you have this sideways price action. That's what I'm saying. That larger degree fourth wave is I just don't see it. That's why I'm trying to keep the wave count to a smaller fourth degree. So this way will, here's Google right there. Got a sell signal here that triggered here on the 23rd. Hasn't got any weakness. It's a pretty strong stock anyways. So, I mean, the swing is down now because we have a 3 down bars. 1, 2, 3 right there. So we're gonna put a red line right there to the high of 9/23rd, which was 254.36. So we have this. Now look at where the 50 is and the 200 on this one. Positive sentiment as well. So Google is a beast right now with 30% ups, 30%. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't if it's gonna be a sell or whatever if there has any little bit of more weakness or something, then we'll see. But I will next buy on Google. I'm gonna pick up leaps again. Okay, just do the same thing. I got we got shares. I don't know if you have them or some of your weak probably sold it or something. We picked up an entry here. around like 162 and a half, right around here. I've been long from here. So I have shares that are they're working. I'm not selling those anytime soon. So I know we can take a little bit of a break. It's okay. So we had leaps as well. I already cashed those ones out, but if we're gonna get another buy, we'll get another leap. You can see like prices now, they're starting to take a little bit of a pause for all these stocks and made a run. Netflix right there. See, it's just choppy as heck. Look at this, buy here, sell here, buy here. And it just it 2 days it got these wick here, this bar hasn't really got a close below it yet. It's still valid technically, but uh, just sitting right there, 50. You know, took this leg down, made his way back up from this day to this kind of you see like I don't know if I think we just these some of these stocks are just trying to just stay on a pause mode right now until earning season starts again. That's either we just look for this job to break out, because we're gonna what 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks and a half, give or take. We're gonna start earnings again. So next month or no, next Friday, same thing, job report. It's just the same thing. Same job report, and then you have another CPI, then you have another PPI, and the rate cut has already been settled, and then the guy goes right into the earning season, one after another. Man, it just came so fast. It just time is flying. And we have Meta sitting with a sell signal as well, because these are all swings are down based on the number of days, you know. So same thing on this one. They're the only two stocks that are holding up is the Apple and Tesla. As you can see, Nvidia, Meta, Netflix, Amazon, Google, these five stocks, they have a sell right now and their swings are down as well, which we already know here. Right there. So only swing is up right now is Apple and Tesla. So buying something on a downswing, not having a buy signal on that, that's why I'm kind of not putting anything into these names yet. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna buy it. Of course I will, but I will buy it when I will see the direction of the swing is up, not down. Because I don't really want to fight the downswing. That's just the bottom line. If the price makes the higher high, that's the different scenario. But it's not. That's just not the case. If the price, the only way this thing the meta catches a bid back to the upside is to break above 785, 73 to get rid of this sell signal, meaning the price needs to go all the way back up here to make another higher high. And then from there, the price can move back to the upside. But at the same time, right there, now the sentiment right there trying to turn negative. So I don't know. 200 is way down here, 667. But we'll see. See, this is the thing that you all have to learn and understand this. The stocks, they're under a sell signal, is basically telling you to be patient for your next entry. Take an entry when there is a buy. Don't take an entry when there is a sell sitting on your forehead or in your head, or whatever you want to call it. Trade what you see. You know, I'm not, I'm not dying to trade Meta. I'll buy Meta when I have reasons that we have reasons for it. We know exactly where we're gonna put our set the stops, and then we're just gonna try to see if we're gonna play the signal. Signal will give you that confirmation, but those conditions has to be all check mark first in order for the buy signal to trigger. Why would we sit like Monday out like, oh, I'm just gonna buy, open up a trade on Meta? Why? Give me one good reason. Why would we open a trade on Meta on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday? Look at the chart. Does it say buy? But we want to buy with the sell on it. It just doesn't make any sense. You know, it just doesn't make any sense at all. If you look at Tesla, I mean, it had few sell signal. Remember, it triggered here, but then it just those got invalidated. That's why it just goes right back to the previous one. I mean, there will be a time then it's gonna get hit with a sell signal. That's when the price will correct lower, like the rest of them that we're seeing right now. So it doesn't mean that if this a lower entry right there, it will stay lower. And if it gets a surprise here with the sell signal, and then if the sell, it's the same thing when the price makes a lower low, it invalidates this. It's the same thing when the price makes the higher high, it invalidates the sell signal. So it's the same exact concept. But the point is to fighting this, meaning that trading against that. That's a tough bet to make, right? So that's why I'd rather buy when I have a buy. I'd rather sell when I have a sell. That's that's the way to trade. So that's why I use those RRG that man, it took me 3 hours. I was getting a brain damage. I got stuck with a script that I was trying to write because I wanna do a certain set up a certain ratio and the momentum to find stocks, you know? So like do a 100. Like these stocks right there has the potential. See where they're heading right now? Has the potential. This is what I've been hunting for signals. See something trigger. Some of them are a little choppy. Some of them made a move. Let's say like this UNP that I've been watching. Got a nice pop from the buy signal along with the rotation right there. So they're 215 all the way up here to 235 now. I mean, I mean, look, conditions can met on a price, but this is very important, you know? So not everything is going to line up perfect, but look, I mean, these are opportunities that we're looking for. And what do you think I'm not going to be able to find at least one trade from here? But no, I want to trade Meta. Oh, I want to buy coin. I want to buy MSTR. Or buy what there is a reason for you to buy. Why you cannot make money on a Starbucks? We play Starbucks. Did we make money? Of course we did. what, $450 is not enough? It's not a good payout. I mean, trade is a trade, but it just then it got hit with those news. I know it's gonna be a shorter. I played the move up to 86. It's exactly where we can I closed the trade because it was I took this against this low as a stop loss. So it is still valid. Okay. It hasn't invalidated yet. But I took a trade based on this rotation, as you can see. That lines up with this buy signal. I have a stop loss that I can put them in a trade. It took like 2 days put to chop because look where the stock is sitting. You know, I got time and I was like, well, the stock moves roughly 2 points. Okay, that's the average ATR. Here's your 50, that's your 200. I was like, this thing is gonna hit the wall here. It's not gonna break through it. There's so much room to go. You guys sitting at what, 87? This one is sitting at what, 90? You know? It's like, okay, we'll use this stop. Rotation is looks good. It's trying to catch a bid to see if we can play an ATR move. Came up there. Why did I close the trade here? Look at the low here of this swing. Look at the low of this swing, you see? And now you coming back up. You're gonna find resistance right there to the prior swing low. Right there. And now then got hit for the news this week that are closing down hundreds of stores. And they're gonna lay off or they're gonna get rid of I don't know how many thousands of people. So this Taco Bell guy is gonna close down. I don't know how what's the exact number, but he's gonna be saving almost like $8 billion by shutting those stores down. So it looks like Starbucks brought this guy in with a massive paycheck to see he can turn the business around. It doesn't look like it. They're trying to cut cost because if you already have the running business that is not going well, you brought a guy in who can turn the things around, but he figured out, say like, well, we need to cut cost. It doesn't look like that is gonna be, is if we just leave all these stores open to turn the things around. Yeah, Starbucks is, yeah, I like the stock, but it's just nothing really attractive about it. It's a little struggling business. And on the other side, it's just politically based on, you know, all these Palestinian strikes and stuff, and people try to punish these Jewish companies. That's another reason for these stocks, these buy cards and all that kind of stuff. So there's always something, so always says every stock has their own personality. So what we did this week, we had a pretty good we had a pretty good week. Nothing to complain. Um, what we did? Starbucks, $1.75, 223, 27% of that one. S&P, we bought puts, the 350, got out at 435 on Tuesday. We bought them on Monday, got them at Tuesday. On Wednesday right there, about eBay. eBay is still kind of going. Go back here. Uh, An eBay signal kind of pull back. So I played this one, played this move back to this resistance right there. That's where I exit the trade right here. You know, I always, every time when I post a chart, I always watch the prior swing high and lows. Okay. It's going to give you a pretty good idea of when the prices does manage to go up, where you can find a potential. What is your upside zone? So like I have this guy in what he did, because he doesn't have this. What he does is like is pretty good. He sent me a snapshot as well. I don't know what his name is. Forgot. He did what he does is basically what I'm trying to tell you is what he does is like every time when I post a chart, he has those, every software has those these arrows or whatever, a pointer you can call it. Oh, this is a point, not the whatever the arrow is. So what he does is like he manually put a buy signal here on this chart because the daily time frame. So he just basically just copies it, you know. So if I had a buy signal here on this day on this bar, so he'll just manually put one over there on his chart. So now he has the same signal sitting on his chart. So this way he knows when was the last one triggered, when and where. So over time, you can build an history by going forward. All you gotta do is just like snap a little arrow going up like green or red and just place them on that on the daily bar and it just stays there. So if we took a trade, you know where we bought it and how the trade plays out. And let's suppose if you have a buy signal and it was some reason that the price retraces below this low right there. So, okay, fine. We know that signal failed, right? So it couldn't hold the low. So this way, in my case, this will disappear, right? Because the price has made a lower low. Then it goes right back to this sell signal originally because the price couldn't hold this low. So if it managed to hold and the price from here can try to turn back up, well, then it means that it's still going, you know? So there's many different ways, like, I mean, eBay is good. I know it because it took this leg down here. Now it's kind of choppy. Um, like the prices rotation was pretty good. Like you see, like because it took this leg down. So it's kind of buying time because it's so much days, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see, it's a lot of days here for this downswing. But again, I mean, trade is a trade. We managed to cash it out, just move on, find another one. So you just gotta look at this. You take this high, that's your zone. That's how you build zone. Okay, draw whatever, make a box, circle you want to make it. That's it. That's your upside zone from anywhere you're gonna come back up. You see where the price comes back, rejected, backed off. Okay, so every technician will talk about phases, swings, signals. Like, I mean, been start hearing about on CNBC. There's a couple people comes in and talking about signals. Yes, we could have, we had a buy signal, this and there's some guys that are starting to talk about. There's that girl, Katie, I believe, whatever her name is. Yeah, she's always talking about signals. It just, um, so eBay was fine. Um, Then we got the SPY calls yesterday. No, Thursday. That ended up being like four. That was a pop right there that we popped. That's it. And we've been cashing out trades every single day. 15 trades. No, 15. Lost four. Break even was that Amazon that I cut it. Imagine sitting on Amazon. Um, 75% win rate this month. That's pretty good. I really like to see this number to be 80, to be honest. Because with all the back testing that I have done on these, it has given me an average of 80% every single month. Okay, so we're gonna work on them to see. It has a lot of trades though. It just 15 4. That's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's 23 trades that I placed this month. This number has to kind of slow down a little bit, to be honest. I don't like it. It's too much. Way too much trading for one single month, you know? So we need to work on reducing the number of trades next month. I mean, we did good. I have no complaints, but I need to, I know it gets, this damn scanner right there makes you addicted, and then you want to buy this one. It's just more and more you look, and then at the same time, that's why I always more focus on kind of A plus setup, like everything lines up well with an RRG, with the signal, set the stop, let the trade work. That's it. Leave the way and then as managed, if I can get a one standard deviation move, start trimming, you know? So yeah, I gotta, mm, this is a very high number, 30 days into a trade, and you're technically like you take the weekends off. So you basically trading every single day, you know? That's not healthy. Two stocks are moving, and I wish I had those, and it's just, well, your turn will come as well. I mean, not every trade has your name on it. So we'll see. October, I'll try to see if I can try it. I like to keep these around 15. 15 will be okay for a month, and then just keep, um, well, you can, instead of trading quantity, we should be all focused on the quality setups. We'll have a much better chance. But yeah, 23 that's a very high number. Very, very high. I bet you if I would have, I mean, I'm not counting these anyways because these are open. These are still open trades. So that's not calculating this anyways. These are just only based on the closed trades that we did for the month. So that's the difference. Just keep that thing in mind. Broadcom, I got into this one. Here's the thing on a Broadcom. I want to tell you this why I bought Broadcom yesterday. I think it's a very different way you can, there's a very kind of unique way you can say that I find trades. Okay, here's a story on a Broadcom. Okay, what we're gonna do is this. This is the weekly chart. Okay, the Broadcom since the low of 138, it's been on an uptrend. The trade that I took is we had a high here, We have inside week, bar one. This week we had a lower bar, that's bar two. But I had a low here. So stock was like almost setting a trade. So what I'm doing right now, I'm buying this about this, target this. The trade that we have open right now, the stop loss is the low of this bar, of this week bar. Okay. Next week, Broadcom must make a higher bar, meaning it must get to 346.67 of this week high. If it doesn't do that, and if it makes another low, then it means then the weekly swing will turn down. Okay. So that's the trade. So this, see the stop loss at 327. You see the target right there? That's how the trade was structured, 346.67. So we need to move from here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. But we just need to hold this low. Because I know this thing for a fact that as soon if the price retraced below this, the line is gonna appear down like this because I'm gonna have three lower weeks, three down weeks. Okay. So we're risking 334 down to 327. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7 points. 7 point worth of a risk. Okay, on this trade. So we'll see what happens. Shares. All I'm all I'm gonna be end up if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be end up losing by like $300, which is fine. 300, 320. I got shares that I bought $8,000 right now, so why I cannot give back $300. It's okay. So that's the trade on this Broadcom we opened yesterday. I want to say because a lot of times, especially big stocks, especially like Mag 7 and these, they don't usually drop 3 straight weeks in a row. They can, but the drop of the probability in a third week is very low, especially in the big, huge names. Okay. So it's definitely gonna be start taking a breather. Like if you look at the video, you see, it's only like one down week here. You see, got a higher bar, inside week, higher bar. And these stocks don't usually give back 3 straight weeks in a row. You know? Now, if you look at Amazon, Amazon got two. Amazon need to make a move. Next week is very important. You don't want to, if a weekly swing is down, it's very hard to to fight the upside, a big one, because your bigger picture is just 3 weeks. Think about it. 3 weeks. One extra week just makes up the whole month. You have a price that is making lower lows every single week. I mean, if you buy something, I mean, you expect a massive reversal. At the same time, you're looking like I'm fighting the weekly swing that's already been down. Then you have to count how many days. Now if you go back to the days, you see how much data that you're gonna get now. Now you just go to a weekly. Weekly is a very, I really like, it's my favorite time frame. It's a lot of information that, you can get on a weekly time frame on a deal on a weekly time frame compared to every single day you sit and babysitting these candles. Yeah, Google needs to, if they see this, if we go back here, swing is down, go back to up, swing is up. So it all depends which time frame works for your. It's very important. You can't sit and fight the daily time frame, but your bigger picture is showing you a totally different picture. But you're expecting a massive upside in a daily time frame. Really? How? Look at the weekly picture. Swing is down. But you're getting excited over it because the daily swing is up. I'm not really dying to trade max sevens right now, to be honest. Looking at some of these rotations and stuff, I'm just more been running some scans and stuff even this morning just to see if we could get into a mid cap like value stocks and stuff. You know, those are just into a mid cap index. Just kind of focus on, but these some of these companies are so damn like um some of them doesn't have enough liquidity and it is so difficult to do with options. There are so many names here. Um, I'm just I'm working on them. I mean, you gotta go through them. Some of these companies I don't even know. Um, but this because what is this? Here, you see this mid cap value. I mean, we can pick like one or two stocks here. So we can cash like a same, we have rotation. Then we go back to the stock list. Then we run an RRG. RRG will take us back to the signal. That's where we're gonna find a signal and get ourselves into a trade. That's the process of me finding a trade. Okay, it's like a four-step process. Sector to a stock, no, sector to an, which is the RRG, both of them. So RRG will give me the sector, will give me the stock list, right? Based on the RRG. And then from there, I find the signal. So basically it's a three-step process. Okay. Yeah, I don't randomly buy whatever I see by those. No, no, no. I don't know. Can't just simply rely on, oh, I'm just a buy. I just want to get it. No, I wanna see what the, you want to find exactly what the momentum is, what the ratio is, what the angle is. Again, everything is going to be damn perfect, but the odds are pretty good of making money if you put all these pieces together. That's why we that's why we win so much. I mean, we're gonna have losses. I'm well aware of it, but which is fine. And keep moving. Next two signal fails. I hope not. If it fails, what doesn't mean that the entire signal, like the whole system crash. No, you all gonna make money. Trust me. I cannot promise you that, but you will. If I'm risking, if I open a trade, you should not be sitting and double thinking, like doubting, like I don't know if I want to go back in. You have no idea what I'm watching, why I opened that particular trade, why I didn't open something else. There's a reason for it. I could take a trade on five different. I just explained you the Broadcom trade, why I took the Broadcom trade. I'm risking on like 6, 7 points. just to make sure we hold that low next week because I know that swing is going to turn down. You see, that's just a totally different trade. Could be a rotation. I can look at a signal. I could see like a double doji, like inside days or outside days or doji patterns. Or there are 10, 15 plus different kind that types that I can find trades. I know how to find trades. So you have to worry about that. Okay, you have no idea what scanner that I have. This whatever I have here is one of the best. Okay, don't doubt. I don't just throw money because I'm bored. Just open the trade. I'll manage it. If I have to cut it, I'll cut it. You probably saw like there's a few trades that I trimmed half size position. Like I did on dual on that trade. It ended up paying. That was a good huge pop that he got. It's still valid. It's still good. That's the signal we took, right? We got this move here, and then you see what happens here. So this was a trade that we took. And it was slightly positive, as I remember. And then will you see right there, one, two, and three. Okay, watch this. Let me show you this one. A little tricky one. I mean, so it was a little tough one to fight, but it ended up paying us. You got one, two, three, right? When you have three bars, swing turn up, right? That's a good thing. And we had a buy signal here with a stop loss right there. So we took a trade. But then look what happened after that. 3 days back to the downside. The swing turned back down. I was like, what the hell? So it was up 3 days and a down 3 days. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna cut the position in half. Okay, so I reduced the size. Then I was like, okay, so we're up three, down three, but let's say, but I said, like, now I'm fighting the downswing, but at the same time, price is still above the low. It hasn't taken out the low yet. Right here. 256. That's exactly where I set the stop loss, right? On our trade. And this low came and this day I was watching. I was like, okay, that's fine. And then it ended the session here. And then the next day we had a higher bar. I was like, okay, well, at least we got a bit of a breather after 3 days. So this was a really kind of tricky price action for me as well to beat in a trade too. To be fully confident, say like, hey, you know what? No, I'm gonna just stick to my same size because you have to understand this. You have three bars up, you have a swing up, and you have 3 days down. You have a swing, it turns down. So you're going up and down, just like a roller coaster. So I held the trade on the half size, and then to see if we make a move back up here. So we got this huge pop right there. So we cash out the trade. You see, it worked, but it was these whipsaws. Now, why is that? You have to understand. It's because stock is trading below 5,200. I see now it's testing this 50 now. And now from here, if it's gonna come back up, it's gonna test the 200. You're not gonna. Then this is the wall right here for this stock. This only few points here. So there's a lot. There's a big resistance zone here. So we could recover. I mean, the bottom line is the signal is still valid. Swing kind of shook me, kind of, it make my head spin. But we made money. That's the that comes, that is the important part. As long as we make money, we're good. If we did cut the trade out, which is fine, but trade is a trade, it's all about managing, like, so I was watching and I was like, I don't even know when did I close that one? It's on eBay. That's how far right there. So that was 665 debit that I paid. Okay, on a 665 debit here. And then I trimmed two to help two. So what did I cut it here now? 665, 665 here. Did a 583 at 12% on that one. Yeah, 583 credit I got of that. 300, 320. So lost 12%, but then end up selling those two that I have for, where did it go? For 41%. So sold those back at 935. 40, you see? But I lost 12. So I only net 29. So I was 9, yeah, 270, 540. Yeah, I end up making only $396 on this trade, which is fine. Close to 400 bucks. Here's what I mean. Again, you can all guys can do whatever you guys feel comfortable doing it. I have my wife $100,000 account, okay, but I try to keep my debit at $2,000 per signal, okay. If I can catch a one standard deviation move, okay, or I can manage to find a full ATR move based on the DTR ATR move. Remember, we have them on the screen. If I can net $500 per trade, I'm not talking about holding it for forever. Okay. My focus is on these two things. If I can catch a one standard deviation move, I mean, most that's just, week is going to be over anyways. If I can find 10 of these a month, you know, 1 month, I need to find 10 signals. I know I'm going to have a loss. I can lose two, three, four trades. But if I can average, okay, 10 winners, can get myself into this 500, okay, that's $5,000 a month, which is for 12 months, $60,000. That's what my goal is on this $100,000 account. That's what I'm after, to make her 50 to 60 grand. I mean, last year I did 83. You guys all know that. So the 60 right there, that's a 60% return on $100,000 capital a year. Think about it. You simply follow the screen. Take where the buy is, set the stop loss, leave the trade open. And we just watch the ATR and a one standard deviation move. We get there, we make close to 450, 500 bucks. Done. The entire week, we caught the move out of the trade. Find another one. That's what my goal is on her account. S&P is only paying you 10, 12, 13, 14, 15% year to date. Here you're going to pull almost 50 to 60%. So that's the dollar figure that I have. On my account, I go 4,500 per my trade. That's my comfort level, you know? So the point is like you define 10 of 500 a piece. Now you have to understand now, let's say you want to go 2,500 per trade, but you have to understand one thing. Every single signal is going to have the stop loss. You're not going to lose this unless you we're gonna get hit really hard with some crazy news that we just gonna get completely got flush out. That's the totally different. But again, there's a risk on every single trade. But we're not um trying to always trade the S&P 100 stock because they don't get wild surprises. Like the stock really gonna cut in half over any news or something. They're the big names. I mean, the most of the time these stocks takes a big hit is on earnings. Other than that, I mean, based per sessions and stuff, I mean, these stocks just gonna stay a little steady and they will drop. They're just not gonna drop like crazy. Let's put this, but we're just talking about the same expected ATR average true range move and the current and by the time the day will be over. So that's the goal is to stay consistent, find these entries, look at the RRG, set up a trade, leave it open, and see if we can get this ATR. You see, look at yesterday. ATR 18, DTR 17.92, 100% done. 78 RSI right now. Confirmed swing was 33 points, which is fine. You just focus. Every time when you see a screenshot, you better read this. Read everything from ear to hair. I mean, performance, who cares? I can remove it. Too many labels here. Just kind of gives me an idea like what the stock is doing. Performance has nothing to do with it. Price is price. We trade price. Just that's the line in the sand. Because if this price comes back down like this is no longer valid. That's it. Now, if you have see, this is the thing that first, I cannot give nobody any financial the advice. Second thing is this, I don't know who has what size of capital and like money in their account. No idea, you know? So if, I mean, you don't even need $100,000 account, because you just have to make up your mind to say like, okay, I will strictly trade with Mo because I know a lot of you have an edge to open this and buy this. I want to look at this. I know a lot of you already have, some of you have some crazy habit of watching price, like just you just like missing out on something huge. Like you want to be that part of that trade so bad, but you're not in it anymore. I know a lot of you are like this. You never see me talking like this. I just don't do it. If you miss a move, who cares? Fine. I'm gonna find something that I'll find next trade. You know, there's a lot of stock pops every single day. It doesn't mean I have to be in it. You know, so you, I mean, I look at this. My turn will come. Of course it will. You think we haven't caught any trades that haven't got some big pops and stuff, you know? But yeah, some of these trades are going really heavy, like Intel and stuff, because the government got involved in these stocks and they want to, I mean, but the company fundamental is a joke, right? It's a struggling business. What is so good about Intel? Somebody can tell me that. Stock is on a run, wild run right now because of what? Because of the government took stake in it, you know? So that's what everybody started chasing. Like, well, overall company failed business, you know, borrowed money from the government just to stay in business. But you know, what Intel you think is going to compete Nvidia? Is going to compete AMD and something? No. Can you compare Broadcom with Intel? Absolutely not. Look at Broadcom. It's just a dying business and government just trying to save the business. That's all. You know, they just don't want to let them fail. It's really kind of should have, I don't know. I mean, NVIDIA would have easily bought Intel. I'm pretty sure they look at all these businesses because of these bigger companies. They're always watching these businesses, especially the one. But when you it's not about the price on a stock that you will buy the shares at and what you when you're going to buy the company. It's the overall debt they have. So you buying debt for a business that is going to come on you, you know? Hang on for a second. Hang on. Benny, did you shut the power off? On the laptop? I understand, but should you shut the computer off or no? Shut the laptop off. Because it's going to restart again. Okay, so yeah, Intel and all that. I mean, there's no like um AMD I'm watching. Look what AMD is doing for the whole month. It's so choppy. It has a buy signal. You see, got those wick right there. It's very choppy. I hate that company anyways. Look what the stock is doing for the whole month. You got the sell signal here. It took this like all the way down here. We got a little bite, but it just look what it's doing. I'm not. This is why I'm saying you can't just simply jump on stocks when you see something. I need to confirm these from the other screen as well before I'm gonna consider putting money on the trade. Can't just randomly sit and what, you want to blow up your account? Go for it. Um, just Oracle got a sell signal now. It's cooling off. So another one. Now I got 325 is the red line. So really, there's about Costco. Flat for the year now. Got a mean reversion sell signal here. It's below 5,200, man. This thing is, no, it broke below, man. Ugh. It's not good. This low right there is gonna, so it's gonna become a resistance now. See a pivot. It's just, I'm watching this one, E-Mobile. Looked at him yesterday. Kind of buy signal here. I never traded this stock before. I know it's an S&P 100 stock, and this those are the lists that I watch and I track every day. But I haven't traded this stock. I have no idea about their. I hope they have liquidity or something in there. It's it's a sandwich trade right now, as you can see between the 50 and 200. This is well, might consider something next week. So right here, it's just about defending this 234 low. Uh, that's a roughly 5.8 yard stock. But this damn job here, it's gonna be, you see like how many, it's very in a very tight range because it's a sandwich trade, right there. It's between this 50 and 200 has been just trapped between it. So you see how narrow these swings are back and forth, like too much, too much price overlap. Yeah, I mean, I'm not dying to get myself into that kind of chop either, but it's been choppy for a very long time. So I'm gonna watch this one. Let's see how the Monday and Tuesday session plays out on this. Then we can consider it. I didn't have, see what the rotation looks like on this one. So, so call. What are the DM units? Yeah, it's starting to. That's good. I'm gonna watch this one on Monday and actually be this stock got a big pop as well. GFS. I bought this one. I manage my brother's account and I do separate trades on his because I don't trade any options. It's strictly shares. So I opened that trade on Thursday. Um, GFS. This one. It had a buy signal here, then I because it popped on the scanner. So then I came here up on the chart, Hmm. got a got a clear diagonal here from this low. So you got a 1, 2, 3, 4 with an overlap with one, and then you have this fifth wave. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So then from here you have a pretty deep retracement, which is well, technically, I mean, pretty much pretty much I would say every diagonal retraces all the way down to prior wave 4. So it did that right here, as you can see, but it ended up going all the way near to wave 2. This is most of the time, not most of the time. Most of the time, the retracement is always going to be a minimum prior fourth wave support, is where the price pulls back here, and then from there it's going to make its way up. Originally, according to the book, okay, most of the, like, I would say most, majority, like, there is a very high probability, that's my right word, that technically based on the Elliott wave, the diagonal formed from the second wave. So the counter trend move after a 5 wave, okay, it usually retrace prior to the wave 2. But the minimum downside is wave 4. Okay. So this one had a pretty deep retracement, pretty near close to wave 2. So that's why so I was like, it's a pretty, like, I bought it here. I still have it, 32.71. That's my entry on this one. So by risking what, 31.60 by what, 2 points, give or take. They got a huge pop on yesterday. Um, so so the plan is that we have 5 up, 3 down, and if we just simply measure this move, I'm not really gonna go into anywhere else. A measured move is a 44. Okay, so it's like remember I always talk about those classic 5-8 swing patterns. So you have 5 up and 3 down. That's 8 swings, right? 5 plus 3, 8. And then from here, what you're looking for a C wave to subdivide into a 5 smaller waves. You got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You make 1, then down in 2, and then from 3, 4. You know, I don't know how it's gonna go. Okay, so if this is a C, should you can at least play like, I can at least play like a measured move all the way up here to 44. So that's the rotation looks pretty solid. It looks really good. The weekly is a little, because it took all the beating there. But this stock will be due for hook to form, something like that. It depends how long more it will take, but eventually it will turn around. This rotation, because you catch an early move, whichever way it goes, whatever, it has this stock has potential, it has room to run. So it's a cheap stock. You can own quite a bit of shares if you want. Um, but it's still got to fight this 200. The sentiment now is neutral, which is a good sign, being negative before. So in the coming days, weeks, I don't mind. I don't have any time clock running on me anyways. So this is, if anybody of you are interested in this stock, this company, yeah, you can try to see if you can pick an entry somewhere around here. If you happen to get any, just watch and see if you get any bit of a pullback, a little bit here, there. You can buy or sell something there. Just buy some shares, give some time and see if you can make a move back here, you know? So again, the weekly takes a very long time. I know some of you always wanted to well, show me a weekly RRG, this and this. You know how long that thing, this rotation takes? These are your previous weeks. 1 week, this little dot right there. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 month. And you're trading, and you are in the current week right here. So the little dots right there can make it bigger. These are little dots right there. These are very long, like, yeah, focus on these. I know how rotation works. There's another name that I'm watching, NXPI. This one shows showing up really good. This is the trade that pops up on a scan as well as a buy signal. Kind of interested in this stock. See if we can to make a. It's right at the ATR line right now. See if we can make a play a move. So you got one, two, three, four, five, three down. Just take from here to here. You know, it's an inside month. It's been choppy, for all month. So really, yesterday was the inside day as well. Stock is up 8% year to date. Yeah, I was trying to see if my it kind of like nothing really clear. As you can see it's too many whipsaws back and forth. Takes a pretty narrow range, but 5, 6 point ATR move. I mean, it should be good. If I can take the trade from here to here, that'd be nice. So I'm watching this one, and then there's another company called AEP, I believe. Yeah, AEP. This is the one. This one. I was down in a really nice run this stock had right there. Huge move. Got a little bit of a retracement. It's been a sandwich trade for a few days or so. And I was trying to see if he can make his way out. So this is an American Electric Power Company. I think one of the utility stock. So this one has roughly 1.58 ATR move. Something like probably on a utilities kind of be on a safe side just to see if we can get to this zone first, from here, and then we can expect more upside. We'll see. There are some names that I'm watching, so don't worry. Trades are always coming. You have should nothing to worry about a trade. I know how to find trades. Okay, what do you want? Okay, let's look at here first of all before we draw all these charts. Okay, well, it had a buy signal first of all. Okay, down here on the 20th, which was 811. Okay, so triggered a buy signal. Actually, not here. I've actually triggered on the 12th or the 11th, and it gave you the low of, oh, it was before the weekend, on the 8th, on the Friday low bar. So from 20, now we're at 36. So this signal it was spot on. Well, we don't know, or anybody would have any clue that the government is going to get in here at this gap right there. So now now the stock is on a wild run since they took the stake. So how far are we going to go? Well, our upside right there is 39,117. Okay, that's the next upside here. So these were the daily chart. Yeah, this is a daily chart. This will then we're gonna start a new month, and then we'll wait for the new month to start, and then we'll draw new fib levels for the next month. So for now is 36, 102% move. Yesterday 177. Yeah, it's about 55, 50, 100. Stock is up 77% year to date, 45% this month alone. For the quarter, 58 days up, month is up, week is up. I mean, implied volatility is pretty high, 73%. Um, the go back to I have it. What is this? Yeah. And that's the low right there. Okay, you can do this. Now you can this as a diagonal. This as a 2, 78.6. Reached at 200. Yeah, 4042 is gonna take a bit of a pause. Yeah. Mm, um, Why are you making me do Elliott Wave right now? 3 versus 1 within the 3. Decompose this one. God, I hate this when it does that. Okay. Now you're gonna look for this 3 versus 1 of this 1, 2. Okay. I believe it was up after hours, I believe. So you basically, what you're looking for is you have 1, so you have 5, down in 3. Now you're looking for this third one. So your higher degree 3 versus 1 is 3511 to 4247. Okay. So within this 3, you're trying to fit 5 smaller waves now. So you got 1, down in 2. Now you need to find 5 smaller degree to fit this 3. So you got 1, 2, turn this into a blue. So you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you're trying to do a fifth one. So your upside zone trying to build this. Go that far. There's your prior resistance right there. And you're gonna have big pull from here to here. Oh yeah, stock has some serious resistance coming pretty soon. So, oops. Extend this one. Move this. Move this one. Yeah. It's gonna become one zone. 78.6 and 42, 47. Okay. Just and then you have 37. That's the prior resistance there. There's going to be a second zone right here between 37.16. That's this high right there. That's what you took the huge hit to the downside with 3 versus 1 of this. So this is your zone 1. And from here, then the second one, now this thing can go all the way up here as well. So we don't know that. That's, you don't know, though, nobody knows it either. But the way the stock is going, so we'll see. You watch this for now, 37.16 and 39.19. If the price pushes up, it can go all the way up here as well. Then we just have to open up more upside. But for now, we're just gonna leave it like this. Okay. Yeah, stock, it's just going kind of crazy right now because with all the whatever is happening. But do this and better. And then yeah, just watch these two zones. That's all I can tell you. Okay. That's it. This is the daily chart. You don't need any monthly, weekly. It's not gonna change any. It's not gonna show any different. You need to count 5 waves from the low. It's a bearish chart. You need 5 waves, then you need another three down, and then you're gonna make the case for that third wave. That's years down the road. This is for now is daily chart is. I have a 2 hour chart from April low, and we're here. 2 hours. Change it to two. 2 hour chart from April low, all in one chart. What is the point for you to even look at a monthly time frame? What is it? It's gonna show a different price? No. You look at what this stock is doing. Look what the stock have done over the years. Look at the price action. I mean, bottom line is they're just trying to save the company. That's what they're doing. Like you don't have 5 waves up. I mean, let's see what the swings looks like. Oh, it's a fourth swing anyway, so see, it was up at 17. That's why it took such a huge beating for a month, for years. Yeah, failed F17. Wow. That big one so far. Jeez, it actually started here. I mean, that's what happens. Got 1, 2, failed in fourth, failed in three swing, held this low, took the four, took this high, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Look at these lows are barely held it to the previous lows. 17. But that 17 couldn't meet a new high. Then it's time to reverse. Here goes one, down in two, up in three. Now it's trying to go into a four. But now the trend is to clear to the upside. You see this line turns green right there. So if you want to get yourself in, that's your entry right here. 32, 37, high right there of this bar. That's where the line just turned green like this. How long it's gonna stay green? Oh, we don't know that. Okay. Oh, buy the 32 calls and in the money with a good delta anyways, you're actually gonna make money. Then you could throw a couple more. I don't know what you're trying to do. I'm not. I'm not dying to trade this stock. Broadcom. That's it. Okay, what else? That's it. I don't know what else I want to show you. Test nothing. Rotation. I gotta work on all these ones. How many is this? Planet Fitness? Gym or something? VSO, this one. Just have this, have this one open. And rotation, there's a little beating right there, so just a little deeper. My brother is pretty happy. He's doing good. I told him you're gonna be fine. You don't have to worry about it. It's all I trade. And one thing I just wanna bring to everyone attention, next month we're gonna start scaling down on hours. So keep that thing in mind. Yeah, I don't want to sit here for 7, 8 hours. I'm just trading. We're gonna, because I'm up at 5 o'clock every day. Okay. Either I set the alarm, either I don't set the alarm. I'll be up at 5. Today I woke up at 4. I was like, no, screw that. I'm going back to sleep. I'm just an early bird. I'm always been this way. But I don't really have to sit and draw charts. I have a very powerful scanner. That's all I need. Okay, it's just to see which sector and index I wanted to scan. Okay, it's like a three-step process. Like I want to see if the rotation is starting to look good in mid cap. I'm gonna try to find something here. Okay, I'll find something in here. There's what, 39 stocks. 39 stocks will give me at least 1 or 2 trades. Okay, and if I want to say like, well, I want to go to 100, top 100, I want to do 500, I want to expand it. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a lot more stocks because now we're expanding that thing to 500. So 92 now. So I can run this. You saw took what, less than 3 seconds to scan 500 stocks. And I have this in front of me now. So all the 92 stocks will load up here. There's more as well, but is I have certain conditions, okay, on this RRG that will only gonna filter these stocks alone, nothing else. So there's a lot of them I know. So there's some of these companies I don't even know. So a lot of these companies I don't even know. I took few of them. So we played eBay here. Watching Amgen, just taking quite a bit of beating right now. So there's few names I'm gonna, this that I've been watching. Starbucks we played, eBay we played. You see, and these are the two trades that we took. So this is the first morning scan for me. That takes me 3 seconds. Then all I gotta do from here is to. It's hard for me to sometimes read them here because there's so many of them. So I just simply open up this. That gives me the exact ticker right there, which is all here, and just go through them one by one. Is to see where, like Dell right there. I missed out on that one. That sucker got a sell signal now. It was a nice pop right there. You see, I got eBay here. So I'm gonna find something here. That's why this NXP. I'm kind of keep an eye on this stock. Um, so then, yeah, this stock is here on rotation looking really wild as well. So, um, that's it. From here, I'm just gonna, now I did a new one. Let's see this. What was that? 20 folders open. Scan. Now this one is gonna filter stocks that are already trading above 50 and 200. Remember those two moving averages? Those are the key ones. Now we are at how many numbers? Let's see. 51. See, it filtered down from 93 down to 51 because it means the rest of the stocks that are pulling up that are, are not above the 50 and 200. So these stocks are all trading above the 50 and 200. See? So that's the thing. So now I wanted to do an open list. All of this. See, they're all above 50 and 200. But these are the ones that actually, again, starting to catch momentum and, all those conditions that I met. Oh man, look at that pop. Oh, that's the Electronic Arts. That movie yesterday was huge. Oh, they're going private, so they're gonna. I haven't looked at them, their financials. I mean, we can look it up. That's not a problem. But going private, they definitely can raise more money for sure. Yeah, some public companies are, they shouldn't be go public. Let's put it this way, okay? I can name you several of them. Just stay private. Look at that Stripe. They're talking about it, but these guys are holding off and they just stay private. PayPal, there's absolutely no way for this company to be even go public. Stay private, you know? So these ones, eBay, see about 5,200, like they have much better odds of, because these rotations are actually, they're starting to improve. So this is a TRMB right now that we have the trade open. Kind of choppy, but we'll see. I mean, it's working, but it's grinding. Since we're in that trade, it's just be a little patient. We got plenty of time. I'm just gonna move the Monday. I'm probably gonna adjust it right now down here. Yeah, we're just gonna watch this on. Yeah, if the price reverse, I mean, it's a pretty kind of. I mean, I caught this. The rotation looks pretty good. It just needs to catch that one. So you're not gonna even see there's so many of them. Can do it like that right there. Just gonna highlight. See, it's if it can make its way kind of like this, and then we can look for a move. Just so goddamn choppy, right like this above this zone, and try to defend this area this low. So its stock is bullish, as you can see. It's a very nice run. I like to hold it, to be honest. It's some sort of a fourth wave. Okay, that's what it is. Wave one, down in two, three. This is just the fourth wave chop. So the trade setup is. So it's just if this rotation that I just showed you, if it's starting to work his way to the leading quadrant, and if it catches momentum, definitely make a move like, you know, we can look for a move like this. So we just look, we're just looking for this fifth wave to the upside. It just, look at the run. Such a beautiful run this stock had. Such a long time. This is the logistic software company that, you know, they're just like converting. I was reading about it. They're converting their software into an AI now. So that will makes all the other logistic companies will auto bid. It will be all automated basically. So they have some good stuff for working for this company. I mean, pretty good run. So the shift in the AI, you know, is always whichever company transitioning into an AI. Oh yeah, that's it. Boom, end of the start to the moon. So this is first I thought about buying shares to be honest, but then I was like, you know, the options are so damn cheap, so I'll throw a spread and see how it goes. But again, you know, fourth way is how they work. They're gonna grind the hell out of you. And so this is like a pretty good example for everyone to learn. Here you have this monster run for this kind of price action. What do you expect? What do you think is going to happen here after this huge run? You know, but people are dying for this. That you just, yeah, you're just gonna go straight up and you're just gonna flush it back down. Yeah, this one will. Now we'll see you. I'll ask you in a couple of weeks or so, whenever we're gonna make the case here. Yeah, how fun it is to trade this one, especially if it's gonna go into a triangle. Oh boy, good luck. Good luck with that. A nasty wave to trade, to be honest, because everybody after that is going to be focused. The will be targeting the the high, whatever the high is going to be. You know, because whatever longer time that would take, be whatever the correction would be, if this is right the way it is, and then from there that everybody will be, oh yeah, we're gonna just uh, looking for a Santa Claus rally and a year-end rally and this and that. Everybody will be chasing that high, and that high you're not gonna even see it for a long time. What will the Dell looks good. These are very you see, like this is what I am what are you thinking about? What hours are what my hours are, I mean, gonna be on and off. You know, I'm not gonna be, it's not like I'm going somewhere, but again, I don't, the point is that I don't want to be glued to the screen from bell to bell. Okay, let's just put this, that's the best way I can put it. What I'm showing you is like the process is what I follow is this, and then all I gotta take these names, come back to this, plug them one by one, check swings to see what count swing is in, put the trade up. If I'm buying 60 days, let's say you buy this one, just give you an example because it's trading below 50 and 200, right? So I'm going to go out 60 days on time on a spread. Okay, so it took what? I set up a trade, depends, you know, how it looks and everything, and just leave the trade open. We have a stops. I simply go here, set alert. I want to set up alert here 382.35. Done. Now, if this triggers, I'll get the text message and I'll get the email notification on my mobile phone. So what is the point for me to sit and watch? I open a spread with a $2,000 risk, meaning not the risk, debit that I paid on a spread. That's gonna be my stop loss. The alert that I'm not gonna do not put a hard stop loss. You better be careful with that. Never ever put a hard stop loss on an option trade. Set a price alert. That's it. And then that's all. When if the price comes, it takes out the alert, then I'll watch how the candle looks like. Is it worth holding or is it just we just simply cut the trade? I want to watch that close. That whatever the candle is coming down to trying to test the low. Okay. So you want to take $1,000 spread, $1,500 spread, $2,000 spread, 25, 3,000, whatever size you want to trade. You're gonna set the stop loss, and once the trade starting to move, then I will adjust and I'll set the target. I'm gonna be watching anyways, so that's it. So what is the point for you to sit for 6.5 hours glued to the screen because you just like watching the market is moving? Or do you just like want to babysit every single candle? How each session is going? Nothing is changing. Instead, like we think 2 days is gonna make the trend in the market. Market sells off for 3, 4 days. You think that defines a trend? Absolutely not. But there's a lot of genius will tell you, yeah, the top is in over a 40-point session or down session. The top is in. That's it. Yeah, I don't do that. This is it. That's the trade process I want to follow. I want to have a life. Go out, go to the gym, go do whatever you want to do during the day. Walk your dog or cat, whatever you have. That's the system. That's the lifestyle you could all have. Define risk. If this thing is wrong, fine. I'm never gonna have like only one position open at a time anyways. I'm gonna have probably like two, three. So I have like what, let's say 6 grand worth of a debit on 3 different trades. If I average them at two grand a piece, paid 2 grand a piece, I wouldn't average 2 grand. $2,000 debit. That's $6,000 for 3 trades. Set the stop loss. Let the trade work. Because more and more you sit and watch trades, more you end up making stupid decisions. It happens to every single one of them, including me as well. Sometimes I watch a trade and say, I'm just going to cut it. 2 days later, that thing is up another 5, 6, 7 points. It happens a lot. I mean, it happens to everyone. This is just the part of trading. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's going to have a perfect exit. Nobody's going to have a perfect entry. Just, it never exists. And then sometimes you cut a trade, you make a right call. Now look at Amazon. It's a perfect example. I cut a trade at exact break even. Look how much the stock took a beating ever since we got out. You see? There's a lot of times you're going to make a right call. Look at Starbucks. We exited 86. Completely flush it back down. I'm not saying like, like I'm not gonna be wrong. I mean, I'm wrong. I'll be, I'll be right most of the time. Let's put it this way. Just put this thing in your head. I know how to win. I don't need nobody's help. So we're gonna change a few things. Okay, that's it. I'll, I mean, half hour, 45 minutes. I mean, it just all depends how much, how far, how big I want to scan. I mean, I can definitely filter to us, like instead of going to 500, you just only go 100. That's it. There you go. You can just only do these. If I don't do the 50 and 200, it's going to pull up a lot more names because some of them are, oh no, it's going to do 500. That's it. It's 22. Now some of them are trading below 50 and 200. It depends how, depends how you have your conditions set. RG is a very interesting game, but again, it's a probability game, nothing guarantees. So we're taking, you know, like squeezed. I'm not saying that I gotta have to jump on all of them. As long as I can find two good quality setups out of 25, 30, 40 scams, stock scan, it's good. I mean, if the next day or something, if it improves, the rest of them, you know, then you just go back in there. So you just keep that. It's just like, look, I missed that. I missed out on that one. There's some of them that I miss out. I had a very good eye on this one. It's this SO, Southern Company. The rotation was looking so, I don't know, like there's sometimes I'm busy, I'm looking, writing scripts and thinking, doing something. Sometimes I miss out on it. I was like, okay, screw it, whatever. It's just I was gonna buy this stock. This is a very strong stock right there. This Southern Company, SO stock ticker. It's a S&P 100 stock. So I got a nice pop. It's gonna get this triggered here on the 22 and this right around here. 93. So like you're risking like 2 points, 2.5 points. Yeah, this stock has room to run. Stock is a lot of choppy overlap. Resistance right there. You see, stock one here, boom, it just sentiment is good, turning green, catching up on good volume here as well. So it's just can and 96 is the all-time high for the stock anyways. At $1.16. I just again, sometime I miss it, sometime I catch it. Okay, you with you, what is going on with your wave counts? BA is this is a completed triangle. That definitely looks like it for sure. Where's the completed triangle? Not yet until it takes out the D wave, technically. A little bit of an overthrow is okay. Sideways, but oh, barely made a 7, 8.6, definitely helped. Yeah, so mm, this in a weekly, now we're going to do a daily time frame, and this looks like a one, looks like we can make a case of a one too, because blue is very tiny. And we can, two, three, four, five. We did a, I haven't looked at BA in a few days, whatever, sometime. We did a trade on a BA. It's been a while. I bought those long dated diagonal spread. Yeah, we cashed it out. Three versus one. See, I don't have even have to run these ratios. I know where it's gonna end. So I don't even run these. I've done Elliott for a very long time. If this is an ABC, it could be something like this. That's a possible as well. You see the counter trend corrections are always a little tricky. Something like this, like this is all of A, then you got this B and then C. This is possible, or you can just leave it like this. This is good as well. So it really doesn't. If this is all it is if it's ready to explode. So y'all is gonna. The point is, you need to see if the price can make a higher high. This is your upside zone right there. You need to break this zone for this price to give you the confirmation for the upside. Okay, triangle confirmation is 267. Okay, so the stock is correcting now after the 5 waves. Now it's just a matter of if it's going to clear this area, okay, and then from here we can project the upside. So right there is 221. So from 221 to this area, that's quite a bit of room. So just focus on this. If it breaks, then we can um, then we can project the upside. Until then, there's no point for it. So for now, we have this and this. And we go turn. I'll watch these two for now. This, then this. Whichever side breaks between these two, then you can let me know. Here, take a screenshot now. So watch the 238, 242. Either side breaks, then you let me know. Then we can take a second. Then we can look at the chart. Okay. We can actually do two versus one in case. There. So because the 38.2 is at 190. Okay. So watch this against this. Now That's the wave. I don't. Here's the thing: is this? I don't know why I'm running swings, wave count, signals. Well, okay, well, there's nothing here to buy anyway, so just sort of sit and relax. Yeah, they got a sell signal here to the downside, so yeah, I gotta wait it out. Wait for the buy signal. A bit of a pop right there in the volume because a huge volume right there. Yeah, swing is down as well, so yeah, Boeing is it's a flying coffin anyways. Yeah, down. Yeah, it's down, I know. Yeah, it's a downswing with a sell signal. Yeah, but there's a resistance right there to the prior swing low. Yeah, it's just there's nothing there yet. Oh. I don't here. This is all you need. You don't need wave counts is not gonna show any different upside than this. The same thing, but you're just looking at three different strategies: a signal, an Elliott wave count, and a Gann swing. Price is a price. I'll keep an eye on Boeing. Uh, we'll see if it get the buy. If it gets a buy signal, then we can trade it. Sentiment is negative, barely. Just yeah, it was between the 5200. See resistance right there. This swing low 5.47, 5 point move yesterday, 7, but it closed at 4 point. You see the stock actually moved 7.73. DTR move is at 4.99 right to this mark. Not bad. I mean, chart doesn't. If I draw this, it really doesn't. It doesn't look bad at all. You see, definitely doesn't look bad. It's a counter trend move against the five-way move. So just wait for a just wait for a buy signal, set the stops, and then we'll trade it. But at this point, there's nothing. Okie dokie, 11 o'clock. Ah, three, my wife's friends are coming tonight. I was like, oh boy, a house full of ladies tonight. She just, three of her friends are gonna hang out tonight. I don't know, probably gonna come back here and work. I don't wanna sit around ladies all night. You went to the store, get a few things or whatever. Mm. Okie dokie. The show is over. I'm gonna start recording.